story to tell you about today. A short-term bill has cleared the Senate and lies in the House hands at this hour. Though it would avert a partial shutdown, this bill fails to deliver new funding for the president's border wall. So will President Trump sign it? That's the question after lawmakers spent the night working on the Hill.
The president and the House should follow that lead, because shutting down the government over Christmas is a terrible idea.
I'm sorry that my Democratic colleagues couldn't put the partisanship aside and show the same good faith flexibility that the president has shown.
Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. We got to change it. We got to change it. Fool the American people 4 times, shame on Congress, because that's what we've done. 4 times we've promised them that we would build the wall and put it on a spending bill, and now we're saying, oh no, we're going to kick it to February when Pelosi's going to be Speaker. It'll never happen.
The president not backing down, tweeting this. The Democrats, who know steel slats wall are necessary for border security, are putting politics over country. What they are just beginning to realize is that I will not sign any of their legislation, including infrastructure, unless it has perfect border security. USA wins. Peter Doocy is on Capitol Hill with more. So, Peter, is there anything conservatives in the House can actually do to stop this continuing resolution?
Julie, they're expecting this short-term budget to pass the House, but they're hoping that President Trump then refuses to sign it.
Mr. President, we're going to back you up. If you veto this bill, we'll be there. But more importantly, the American people will be there. They'll be there to support you. Let's build the wall and make sure that we do our job in Congress.
The president's most conservative allies in Congress are warning that his 2020 campaign for re-election will be a rocky road if he bails on a border wall. They want to fight now, while Paul Ryan is still Speaker instead of February when Nancy Pelosi takes over, but she's happy to wait. She tweeted this out. Democrats are committed to fully responsibly funding the government in January. In the meantime, we will support the continuing resolution to keep government open and working, #ForThePeople. And only 83% of House members actually showed up for the votes last night. Some of them lost their elections and lost their offices. Others appear to have had prior engagements, but we are right now camped outside the weekly Republican meeting to see if anything has changed or maybe if anybody else has shown up. Julie.
All right, so Peter, how big of a motivator has the Christmas holiday been for senators trying to pass something and leave? They are running out of time.
And it was a big enough motivator last night on the floor of the Senate that lawmakers in the upper chamber were actually singing Christmas carols like Little Drummer Boy and what else did we have last night? Walking in a Winter Wonderland, and then Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer.
The yeas are 71. The nays are 21, with Rudolph responding present.
So the lawmakers who pushed the funding fight to this week so that things could stay civil while the nation was celebrating the life of George H.W. Bush 2 weeks ago aren't really fighting, they are literally singing. Julie.
That's a nice change, right? All right, Peter Doocy, thank you.
Debate goes on, though. It hasn't been signed yet. Steyer Waltz with me now, Mr. Crocono himself. Hello, sir. Merry Christmas to you. I knew that'd get it out of you. Mark Meadows was on our air about 40 minutes ago on Fox and Friends, says this is a fumble, if not now, then when, with Democrats taking over the House in January. Pete King sees it a different way with regard to a shutdown versus the border wall. He argues the politics of it and said this yesterday afternoon. Here's Pete King.
As a Republican from the suburbs, it would definitely hurt the Republican Party politically. We would be blamed for this. Maybe not in the states that the Freedom Caucus represents, but I can tell you in the states where the suburban areas, this is a bad issue. And if they're looking for the 2020 elections, they should keep that in mind.
Well, here's what I see. I see the point Mark Meadows is making, and I see the point Peter King's making.
Who wins a shutdown that they start? The Democrats started a shutdown last go-around. Last time we did this inanity, it was Democrats who started the shutdown, and they wanted DACA for the people who were brought to the United States illegally as minors. Protections for them. Wasn't part of the bill. They shut it down. They were sorry. And then you go back before that when Ted Cruz shut it down about the cockamamie, we're going to defund Obamacare thing. That did not end well for Republicans when they did that. If you start the shutdown, you're probably going to be the one who loses it, because here's the important thing. Here's the takeaway from all of this. This is astonishingly fake. this is an astonishingly empty discussion. We're talking about the difference between $1.6 and $5 billion. Neither of those things will either ensure border security or deprive us of border security. This is a marginal fight that is for the bases of these two respective parties. This is making noise instead of doing your job. And so if you're the one who shuts it down, you're going to be the one who's stuck with the bill at the end.
Do you agree with Meadows that this is a fumble? If not now, then when? If not ever.
It's so fake. I mean, the fakeness of this is this is faker than the will make them defund Obamacare.
Oh, I think you say fake news.
No.
A little bit out there.
No.
Another thing here, watching Paul Ryan yesterday after 20 years in the House, felt a little nostalgic. I thought a lot of the things he had to say were rather